This is Calabash community. We appreciate you being here with us. A group of travel agents from North America and the United Kingdom visited St Lucia last week to experience firsthand the multiple award-winning romance and wedding destination market. About 35 travel agents were invited to St Lucia by the St Lucia Tourist Board to experience what was themed the Romance Familiarization Tour of St Lucia 2016. Here is the Director of Tourism, Louis Lewis, with the rationale for that tour.
Well, what we've done this year, which is a little departure of what we've done in previous years, is that we've hosted a familiarization tour for a number of important tour operators and travel agents from North America and also from the UK. And the whole intention is for us to deepen our penetration into this market. St. Lucia has a product that is quite amenable to the romance market, and we've themed it, the Romance Familiarization Tour of St. Lucia 2016. The whole idea is to expose those travel agents to the wide range of amenities that are available on the island. Some of them are familiar with the properties already, but there's also a wide array of amenities and products that are available outside of the hotel plant. And we want to get them exposed to those things so that they can be aware of some of the options that are available for their clients. For instance, in the normal planning of a wedding, you have the flowers, you have photographers, you have a number of other stylists, which can be available from the hotels, but at the same time, there's an industry in St. Lucia that sometimes doesn't connect directly, with what's available at the hotel plant. So it's like exposing those agents so that they could customize the packages for their clients. And at the end of the day, it's all a greater linkage, back to the economy for St. Lucia. So this whole familiarization tour is to expose them to every single aspect in the romance market that St. Lucia as a product provides for that market.
Now, you also mentioned, I think, that we have some persons here from the UK as well.
Yes.
And that market is extremely critical for us as well.
Absolutely, and the reason why we are focusing on it because we recognize that the romance market, or weddings in particular, have proven themselves to be recession-proof, and in a difficult time when people are weighing all their options and that market seems to be growing or at least has remained steady, we want to ensure that we get our fair share of the group of the people who are traveling in that group. For us, the UK travelers tend to have a longer length of stay, and that allows them to both have a destination wedding and at the same time a honeymoon. And of course, if you attract the bride and the groom, normally it comes with a travel party that can range from anywhere from 5 to as many as 50 people. So it's like an efficient way of promoting the destination. You engage two people and then you have a wider network. But at the same time, the travel agents are the ones who are critical in people's decisions to visit destinations. So we've engaged them. They are coming to St. Lucia. Well, they are here in St. Lucia. They are seeing the product. They're seeing what's available, the properties, the sites, the attractions. Why St. Lucia has won so many of those awards. And of course, St. Lucia becomes top of mind and the destination of choice.
One of the service providers we spoke to this morning, I think from TIPA, mentioned the value also of the cruise ship industry, the people coming down and getting married in St. Lucia as well. How much of a focus is that trying to attract from the cruise ship sector?
Well, that's where we have a tremendous potential to grow, and I don't think we are close to even tapping that market to its full potential. In St. Lucia, the residency requirements have been reduced tremendously, so it is very possible for somebody to travel to St. Lucia and get married on the same day, as long as you make the necessary prior arrangements. And what facilitates that, very conveniently, is not just your hotel plan, but the number of organizers on St. Lucia who provide that service, to the cruise ship and to the cruise ship clients. So what we are doing is, exposing that market, exposing the agents to that market so that they get a better sense of what's available on the destination. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's one good thing to measure the flow of arrivals, but the deeper penetration of the backward links to the rest of the economy is what we're trying to facilitate. And I think we have done a reasonably good job in doing that, but there's a lot more that can be done. And of course, TIPA has been very critical to that. For every sale that is made from a local producer to a tourist, it's effectively an export. So, we want to strengthen that bridge to make sure that we get maximum out of this industry.
Good evening, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We know you got a chance to see many of our hotel properties, and we began showing you some of the wonderful scenic vistas we have that are just perfect with regard to weddings, honeymoon, destination weddings, and all what goes into that. You got to see the Bay Gardens properties, you got to see Rendezvous, I think, as well, the Royal St Lucia, and some other properties, and we still have a lot more in store for you. Tomorrow is going to be the most fun-filled part of it all, the boat tour. They say if you have experienced St Lucia by land, you'll be surprised to experience St Lucia on the water. Trust me, it's going to be that much more exciting when you do it tomorrow. And for most of the time now, your excursion has been largely in the north. Tomorrow you get a chance to witness the southern portion of the island, the southwest as well. It truly is incredible.
This trip I was asked to come for the Romance and Destination Weddings forum that we've been going on. I do sell a lot of St. Lucia, especially to honeymooners. And as Sharani said, Windjammer has been one of my top sellers to the island for the last 4 or 5 years. And I do work the Boston Globe Travel Show. I get asked by Lorene St. Jules. And I get tons of bookings. It's just an island that I love. I mean, I've come here 6 times and brought my husband here, and we've just love it. So.
Marico Bay consists of 2 bays. We have just left the outer bay, making our way into the inner bay.
They find that it's different. They love that it's lush and green. The pitons are like a key thing because a lot of islands are desert, or it's like, I don't know, there's just such different resorts compared to like the cookie cutter resorts that you see in a lot of the other islands, like Mexico and Punta Cana and, you know, all those other islands. It's just this one has such a diverse variety of them that they just love coming here because it's different. And they want to say, I went here. Because some people will say, oh yeah, I'm doing a cruise, or I'm going to Mexico. They like to say they went somewhere different, and they experience. I mean, I've had clients experience the volcano, doing the mud baths, you know, horseback riding on the beach near the pitons in the background. I mean, I just think they find that it just has a lot of different things to do and see. And it is, to me, it is more, not saying that families aren't welcome here, because I have sent families here, but I feel like it is a destination that is different than any other island. And I've seen many islands in the Caribbean.
Tourist Board has organized this event. First of all, what did you think of this initiative, and would you encourage them to do more of those FAMs?
I think it's important that they do these FAMs, especially for us travel agents, because if you don't see a product, it's really hard to sell it. Yeah, you can go to someone's website, but I hate to say this, but how much do you know is not altered? Unfortunately for me, I have come on a lot of different FAMs here, and I've come here to visit on my own. I've actually sent my daughter and 5 of her college friends here for graduation 2 years ago because they wanted to go not to the cookie cutter place. And when they saw me post something on Instagram yesterday, they're like, I can't believe you're there, and we're not. So I just think that the FAMs and experiencing the food, the people, the culture, and just seeing the properties is so much easier to see. I mean, it's easier to sell. If you can't experience, how can you say you're an expert or of a seller of that? I am a St. Lucia specialist. I'm a Windjammer landing specialist. I take all those courses because I feel I don't want to lie to my clients just to get the business. I want to make sure that when they leave and then when they come back, that they've had the experience that I told them they would have.
Okay, my name is Patsy Simmons. I'm from Marietta, Georgia, and I'm with IntelliTravel.
Your first time getting an extended visit to St. Lucia, what do you think so far?
It's absolutely amazing. I had no idea all of this was here. It's just paradise. It's friendly people. It's easy to navigate. I love it, love it. What's not to love?
How much easier does this make your job to sell St. Lucia?
I'd say 100% easier. Yeah, because now I can, it's hard to sell what you don't know. And this weekend or these days has given me confidence to go out and really sell it from experience. Knowledge. Knowledge is always a good thing. And that's what I've gotten.
Now, when you speak with your clients who are thinking of coming to St. Lucia, what is it that they want most out of a vacation in St. Lucia?
I think what the clients that I targeted, I'm retired, senior, grandmother. I think they require luxury. They worked all their lives. and they're looking for fun and just relaxation. Our children are grown, and what better place to come and relax and recharge yourself? So that's the audience I'm going to. I'm not going to leave money on the table. I'll sell it to anybody who wants to come. Okay?
So this is certainly a very good initiative by the St Lucia Tourist Board to bring you here to get a better appreciation of the future.
Excellent, excellent. I'm so thrilled and happy to be invited.
My name is Nadia Satney and I'm representing Barefoot Holidays.
What was the main message that you wanted to convey today?
The main message for the agents definitely was just to inform them of destination weddings, weddings in St. Lucia, and how lucrative it could be for them, and what we offer at Barefoot Holidays for their clients.
I'm sure there was some engagement. What were they most concerned about?
They were definitely interested to know what the options were in St. Lucia to have off-property weddings. It was something that they never thought of before because everybody was familiar with having weddings on board the ship or at the hotels, but was not really informed about how it was possible to do weddings at unique destinations like having the backdrop of the Pitos on a secluded beach or cliff or private villas.
With the engagement, what do you think of that initiative by the Tourist Board to get those people so they can interact with you and also visit some of the properties?
I think it was a very good initiative because education as well, once they know, it will be beneficial to St. Lucia and to businesses such as Barefoot Holidays. Getting to meet the agents gave them more knowledge of what's available and what we have to offer on the island.
I am Portia Thompson. I'm a marketing officer for TIPA. And TIPA is the Trade Export Promotion Agency. It's a government agency. And what basically, in a nutshell, what we do is to look for markets for locally, authentically made products. So we're here today in that vein, trying to connect the travel agent with the small supplier and just making them aware and sensitizing them to the fact that we have suppliers on island who can give a bride a truly authentic wedding, a St. Lucian wedding experience, instead of just the generic wedding. So, for example, we have a supplier for fudge, and they may not know what fudge is, but they can tell their bride, instead of bringing mints from their country or whatever, they can get available on the island are producers who can give them some sweets, some local delicacies of St. Lucia to just highlight and make their wedding a little different. So that's what we here today, really advocating on the behalf of the small suppliers of St. Lucia.
Now, I'm sure there was a period of engagement. What were some of the issues that they were raising?
One of the primary issues for them, for example, were if they were supposed to have a wedding at a venue other than the hotel, for example, would insurance be a challenge? And what I said to them, a lot of those venues are they certify, they're well-known venues that St. Lucians use to do their weddings, and even the hotels use. For example, Pigeon Point was one of the venues.
So what would be the ideal follow-up from both TIPA's point of view and from St. Lucia? What do you think, now that we have this engagement, what's the ideal follow-up?
What we suggested to them was to take a look at the website and through their rep, give us feedback on how we can make the website better, or if there were, for example, queries. And for us, what is good too, it is networking. They now can go and inject that into a wedding that they get, the next wedding that they get. Also, really for them to look at it and see what is authentic St. Lucian. Instead of just doing a generic wedding, they now have information that they can go back with and give to their brides. So that was one. Also the reps, we're looking at now doing a small presentation package that we can send to the St. Lucian reps. And they now can incorporate it in their presentations when they visit travel agents. So for us, that is really wonderful news that we can do that. It only exposes our suppliers further.
And final question. In terms of the value of this activity to you, TIPA, to other local suppliers, what does this mean for Tourist Board to be organizing those kinds of exchanges?
Of course, exposure for our suppliers. Small suppliers don't have budgets to do marketing. And of course, that's one of TIPA's functions. And so we're really happy we can do that on their behalf. Some of them don't have websites, but the travel agents can now engage us and we can engage them on we can engage them for the travel agents. So for us, it's invaluable. What was done today, the networking, I mean, I see the potential, and they now see the potential of how this can grow. Even for now, the reps, the St Lucian reps in the different markets, they now have ideas that they can grow, because they sometimes had queries of that nature, but they did not have someone that they could connect with to connect with these small suppliers. So for us, networking today was fantastic. Also coming out of it, the travel agents asked that we could do B2Bs when they come, and do a showcase, a small showcase of those products, and connect them directly with the suppliers. So the potential is so great, and it's awesome today what happened, invaluable. And I take this back to TIPA, and I take this back to the suppliers, and you understand that this thing can grow. And for today, it was really, really invaluable. What we did today was awesome. And I think just the beginning of great work.
And that note concludes Calabash Community for tonight. We invite you to join us again tomorrow for another edition. I am Bernard Fanis.